Oh hey YouTube, I'm out here in the wilderness with my good friends Quentin and Mike.
I heard there was beer and I came.
Today we'll be bringing you the Simply Surviving 6-pack. As part of Joe Mill's blog class, I'm going to be reviewing 6 beers that you might want to take on a camping trip other than your typical Bud, Miller, or Coors. So without any further ado, let's do it, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So Mike will be drinking Mother Earth's Endless River Kolsch style ale. This is made by Mother Earth Brewing Company out of Kinston, North Carolina. It's kind of a lighter English style ale. It doesn't have a lot of hop bitterness. It's quite refreshing. It's not going to leave you feeling heavy or bloated at the end. Up next we got Quentin drinking Fireside Chat from 21st Amendment out of San Francisco, California. They've been making this for a few years. It's got your winter spice notes to it. It's a little darker, not too heavy on the bitterness of it, but the alcohol content is up near 8%. So it's one of those that you probably want to drink around the campfire. It might have a little smoky flavor to it. Next I'll be drinking Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues. Oscar Blues started in Colorado. They're still there, but recently they have set up a brewery in Brevard, North Carolina. Most of the beers you get from Oscar Blues are going to come from there. This is Dale's Pale Ale. It's a moderately hopped, what they call a mountain pale ale. It's about 6.5% ABV. It's got a medium bitterness to it, a nice golden color, and it's great in the can. Alright guys, let's go ahead and crack these first beers open. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa. There we go.
Alright. Mike, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
Well, what I like about this one is that you could definitely taste that it's a darker beer, but it feels like it definitely tastes like a lighter, darker beer. It's like on the lighter side. So there's a good balance between the two. And this is something that's really nice. Like I could definitely see this as a really nice fall, winter type drink. Like an outdoors, like it's a damn good beer to drink outside. I like it.
Awesome. Quentin, you want to give us your thoughts on Fireside Chat?
Well, I really like it a lot. You can definitely taste the spices a lot. There are a lot of. It almost kind of it reminds me of a thicker, darker beer, but just like a little bit, not too much lighter. But it's definitely what you said. This is something that I would drink like in front of like a fire or something at night, in front of like a big roaring fire or something. Also, it's got a president on it, and I like that.
Excellent. And I'm having the Dale's Pale Ale. I'm pretty familiar with Dale's. I've been drinking it probably for the past 2 or 3 years now since they've entered into the North Carolina market. It is a very crisp and clean beer. Like I said, it's one of those IPAs that if you're not too big on hops, it probably won't kill you. I think the can packaging is pretty cool because it makes it easier to travel with and carry around to a campsite. Alright, that was a good first round, and we're going to go ahead and move on to our second round now. Up next for Mike, he's got Treehugger from Terrapin out of Athens, Georgia. The Treehugger is a new beer from them. It's an alt beer, which is funny because alt actually means old in German. And the alt beer is a more traditional German style ale with German malts and yeast. The funny thing about this beer is it actually won gold medal in 2013, the Great American Beer Festival, for the alt beer category. So kudos to Terrapin on that. Mike, what do you think of it?
Well, what's really interesting about this one is that it's almost, as far as taste goes, it's very much a polar opposite of what I've tasted earlier, because the earlier one seemed like it was a tad bit hoppier. Whereas this one, you could definitely see that the malt is more prominent in this specific brew. And I have to say I like this one a lot better than the one that I just tasted before. This is a really good beer.
So next, Quentin's going to be enjoying the Hibernation Ale from Great Divide Brewing Company. The Great Divide Brewing Company is out of Denver, Colorado. They've been operating, I believe, for about 15 years or so. The Hibernation Ale is an English-style old ale. I've had this before, and I think it's got some interesting English spices to it. It's going to be a little more malty, I believe, and it pours a little darker than you might expect a traditional English style ale to pour. It falls under a robust category, and to be quite honest, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Hey, so what do you think about it, Quentin?
Robust is definitely a good way to describe this. Really strong as far as the malts and the spices go. It's not as heavy as the last beer was, but it's still kind of one of those beers that's like, it's a very fall beer, and it's also like, it's not something I would drink like while it was light out or something. It's something that, it'd be dark and there'd be like a big roaring fire or something. But I have to say I like the First Amendment beer better.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Quentin. All right, for the final beer, I'm going to be drinking the 2013 edition of Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot Barley Wine Ale. This is a beer that they make every year, and it's one that is often sought by beer connoisseurs. It is a fantastically big beer. So this is not a beer that you're going to want to drink a lot of. You'll probably have one and you'll be done. It clocks in, I believe, around 10% ABV. It doesn't. 9.6%. Most barley wines you're going to see over 10%, but this one should be pretty tasty. I'm pretty excited for it. So let's give it a try. Ooh, I can smell the Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot cometh.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, there are a lot of different flavors that are going on in this beer. It's got a lot of malt up front. Oddly enough, the hops in it are a little stronger than I would have thought for a style of this nature. This beer would probably be at its peak goodness probably about a year from now. You'd want to keep it stored upright in a cool, dark area. That way you can let all the malts and stuff kind of fester, caramelize a little bit better, and take some of that bitterness down a bit from it. So, not too bad. Well, that's it, guys. We have again come into the wild, which is why we don't have any glasses. We're just drinking straight out of the containers. And so, to quote Beck, bottles and cans, and just clap your hands. Yeah, that was great. All right. Thanks, guys. It's been a wonderful year blogging with you, and I hope to catch you guys on the flip side if we ever get out of this crazy terrain. Let's get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get back to where we live.
It's a long hike.
Speaking of tricks, do you guys want to go see the hog? Let's do the Star Trek. It's tricky, man.